You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the fight as Carapace, Rex, Magnum, Wildstrike, and Sweet Spot fight their way through Iacon's underworld against criminal empires and a movement determined to bring an end to the Cybertronian Confederation.
Hi, this is Rex. I'm in the office today, and it's amazing how much fan mail we get. I thought I'd take a look at it and answer some of the burning questions you listeners have. Maya from Peru asks, why is Carapace so mean and murderous? Well, my good friend Carapace was an only bot. The other bots didn't want to play with him. He was lonely and didn't learn good social skills. He is, however, under that gruff exterior, a good bot. He's especially good to have around when someone is shooting at you or trying to throw you off of a moving vehicle. Sophia from France asks, how fast can Sweat Spot really go? Well, good old Sweaty is fast, but he isn't the fastest bot around. I mean, everyone knows Blur is faster. I understand that Mach 5, Kit, and Lightning McQueen are also faster. But to answer your question of how fast he can really go, all I know is he made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, and I'm told that's really impressive. Jack from Queensland, Australia asks, what kind of items does Magnum keep in him as a vending machine? Well, he should keep tires in there, but he doesn't. He keeps the kind of food and drink you would expect to find in any respectable vending machine. Pop-Tarts, those mini donuts that look a lot like tires, assorted flavors of soda pop, beef jerky, bags of chips, cookies, etc. Good healthy snacks that everyone should eat 4 to 9 times a day. Amar from Botswana asks, who would win in a race, the Flash or Superman? Well, either way, it wouldn't be Sweat Spot. But seriously, I think that has been determined at least once before. Flash is the fastest man alive. Unless he has a leg cramp or something, I would bet on him. That looks like all the mail we have here for now. Guess there was less than I realized. Anyway, keep sending in those letters and questions. I hope you enjoy this episode of Empire of Rust. Rex out.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really good.
Well, if we hadn't said anything, he just would have kept asking it. So, I mean, we had to get through it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I certainly forced it. I mean, no questions.
Like most of the social interactions in your life.
Forced? Yeah.
You forced it.
Yep.
Speaking of forcing things, let's jump right into this episode. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third episode of Empire of Rust from Home.
Yay.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Yay.
So, like, the sad thing is, like, I can't see what you guys are looking like, so.
Really? Is that sad? That's the sad part?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's easier for me to laugh at you if I could see you.
Never had that problem before.
That's true.
Just pull up Facebook.
Speaking of things that haven't happened to you before, Carapace.
Yes.
You're in for some tough times right here.
Well, it's funny that you mention that, because I think I've actually figured out a way, or at least forgotten, something that I can do that will actually save my life. Carapace's only power is called Reflecting Armor. And what Reflecting Armor does is it effectively gives me a force field that prevents things that do actual hit point damage. And it doesn't work for stamina, but now that I'm in hit point damage, I can actually repel damage. And it can absorb up to 10, and the amount of damage that last attack on me did was less than 10. So I think that we had ruled in a previous discussion like a while back that if my force field completely prevents the damage, it prevents contact because it's actually a force field. So that last energy drain would not actually affect me.
And you don't have to roll anything for it. It's just an immediate action that you can activate. Bam, just like that.
No, I have it on, but I have to activate it. It's one of those things like we never actually said that I did, and it was one of those. It was a the wording on how the thing works is kind of strange because it doesn't work on stamina, so you can't just be like, oh, I put it on at the beginning of the day and then it just goes off. It's more of like once you start getting hurt, that's when you can do that sort of thing. So we never said it on air, so that was a thing that, I think that you had said was okay. But because it lasts about 30 minutes for me.
Okay. So you might have just survived this.
Well, I hope so.
Die? Inconceivable!
Oh, Wallace Shaw. Well, good, because I think I have the best chance of this party surviving against this thing. So,
I know. I'm happy you're still in the way of that thing.
But I am. If this thing can do that energy drain thing with the soul spark thing every round, then I'm still one, because I'm effectively level 1 right now. I'm one touch away from being dead. So I'm hoping this thing goes down.
Well, that might not be a problem anymore. So with that reflecting armor turned on, the 7 damage that you were about to take is going to get reflected back right into the sparkeater.
Oh, please. It just kills it. Oh, my God.
Now, the sparkeater only has 4 hit points left.
That's awesome.
Yay.
But he also has one last ability called Death Throes.
Of course he does.
Whoa.
So once the Spark Eater takes enough damage to kill it, which is the damage you are currently about to reflect,
Absolutely.
it is going to blow up as all that damage goes right back into its core, right into the sparks existing right in the center of this thing's torso.
Okay.
And all of that energy is going to go outwards.
Okay.
Now, Carapace, you are in the elevator right next to him.
Yep.
Rex, you are right next to Carapace. Grazer is right next to the Spark Eater. Blazer is right behind Grazer, right outside the elevator. Now, Sweet Spot, you are above them looking down.
Yep.
This explosion is going to happen in a 30-foot radius, which means all of you are going to get caught in it. Magnum, you are actually above, though.
Yes.
You are in the elevator doorway on the floor above. I am going to say you are out of range for this case.
Okay.
Let's see here. Sweet and Blazer get a +2 on their save to mitigate this.
Reflex, I assume?
Yep. It's going
Can
to
I, jump on the grenade, so to speak?
I think you're still prone. Or did you get up?
I don't remember. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, I mean, it would probably be a reaction anyway, so I don't even know. But, if I have the ability to get in the way or to, jump on top of it or to, shove it into the corner and me pig pile on it, I will attempt to do that.
I am...
And if it's not, then, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say no on that
Okay.
one because... Actually, no, you are standing up. Because I remember on the last episode you had got up and kind of pushed it back as a move action as you're standing up. You wanted to push in the corner, but I didn't want that to happen.
Right.
So you move forward. And so no, it's pretty much going to be the explosion is going to be a reaction to the damage that's coming back towards it.
Okay.
Don't worry, I think you guys will be fine. So it is going to be a reflex save. Don't forget, Rex. Don't forget that you are still shaken from his
Fear.
Yeah, his frightful presence. Grazer is not. Blazer is not. Blazer's going to get a +2 because he's behind Grazer.
I get a -2?
-2 because you're shaken.
Sweet Spot, you get a +2 to your save. However, you never rolled against his frightful presence when you jumped down. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Give me a will save.
Okay, hold on 1 second here. Right. So that's going to be a reflex save to dodge the fear, right?
Nope. Will save.
All right.
I was like, wait, what the hell, man? This is you.
Because I'm that fast.
It is a motion, fear, mind-affecting, and sense-dependent effect, if any of that makes any difference.
Motion. That should be able to use a reflex, right?
Emotion.
Oh, right.
Electronic motion.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is
I'm about
pretty much everything that we do.
70% electronic. All right, it looks like my will saving throw is a 19.
That is enough. You are immune to his frightful presence for 24 hours.
Oh, I ain't scared. Okay, and now I have to do one for the reflex, right?
Reflex save at a +2 to mitigate the damage from the explosion.
Oh, this ought to be awesome. I got a 19 for my reflex save.
You passed. Carapace.
Okay, well, I actually have a -2 as well because I have 2 negative levels. And I rolled an 11, and then I have normally a +5, but that's a +3, so it's a 14.
That is not a pass.
I did not think it would be.
Rex.
Rex got a 10.
Fail.
Blazer got an 11.
Fail.
Grazer got a 19.
Pass. So if you pass, you got half damage, and total damage is going to be 18. So 18 damage as the sparks inside this creature detonate and fill the entire elevator with Energon.
Is this
Energon.
Is this physical or is this energy damage? Does DR help? Or does it go through DR?
That's a good question.
It doesn't actually say. It's a burst of Energon, so I imagine that would be... if you have resistances, it would work, but DR would not.
Okay.
What is... Yeah, I mean, just just a general explosion, that's considered, what, fire?
Well, it depends. Like, certain things, like, if there's projectiles being... Like, a frag grenade is... Shrapnel.
Yeah,
some of them are fire, some of them are force, some of them are electricity.
Force ones, too.
Yeah. But when I think of... Is it the Energon that explodes, or does this thing's body explode projected by the Energon?
It's the actual spark itself that detonates.
Okay.
So it's pretty much pure Energon.
Okay, so then DR would not work.
That's right.
Which is unfortunate.
So 18 total, 9 on a successful save. And the sparkeater has done blown up and is dead.
Very nice.
Well, Carapace had 17 hit points.
Ouch.
But I had 3 points left in my reflecting shield. So I'm at 2.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Oh my god.
Carapace, you're alive.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, I'm just kind of collapsed and just being like, that sucked. Like, I've never been hurt this bad, ever.
I love how he was on the brink of death and he's still the exact same number of hit points as Magnum does at full.
And that's after losing 10. Like.
So how's death work with the companions? Can they use resolve, or can I heal them, or what are the rules on that?
Grazer has resolve, right?
Yeah,
they should all have resolve. Yeah.
So once you hit 0, you go unconscious, and then you can spend 1/4 of your total resolve points to stabilize.
So negative doesn't matter once I hit 0, or?
Nope, that doesn't matter. You don't really go into the negatives. You hit 0, and then that's it. As long as you have enough resolve points to stabilize, then you're good. You'll spend the resolve, and then that's it. You're out of combat, so I'm not concerned about doing it in the proper order.
And I'm sorry, what happens? I use the resolve, and what do I get? 1 hit point?
You spend... Yeah, you would correct me if I'm wrong. You spend 1 to stabilize, and then 1 to... You can spend 1 after that to get 1 hit point, but there's no point to do that. You would probably have Magnum come down and heal you guys.
Okay.
Or I think Rex can. Rex has
I have a power to heal, yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, yep.
Okay, so I just need to use 1 resolve to stabilize, and then I can heal him, and we move forward.
Did Rex die?
No.
No, you're good?
We're all hurt, but only one of us is dead right now.
Which one of your companions was it?
Blazer.
No!
And I rolled a 1, so he's at 1, I guess.
Oh.
1 hit point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Carapace nearly dies, Blazer goes down, and everyone else is still super hurt. Wow, this was a tough fight for you guys.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just fine. I didn't get close enough. Didn't have a chance to get
Well, I was
close
gonna
enough
say,
to get harmed.
Considering that half the party, all the smart people were in another room trying to make it so the building doesn't explode. So it's like a divide and conquer sort of thing. And it's like, yay, we won the fight. Oh, the building just exploded. Fuck! You know.
Oh, the building's exploding.
It's gonna soon.
I thought you guys were like containing Energon leaks or something.
Yeah, that's what we were doing when you started after this.
I thought Blue Shift lighted up a cigar. He heard we won. It's time for a victory cigar.
Speaking of which, Blue Shift, let's head up to see what you're doing. What's Blue Shift up to?
He's lighting the Energon on fire and blowing up the place.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a little dark. That's a little dark for you.
He was continuing to contain the leak, and I don't know how many rounds went by. Like, while there was combat down here that we didn't go back to Blue Shift, that he would have been working on that leak. So
I think it was only like two, maybe 3 rounds.
It was a couple.
Since we separated. Because I was up in there.
Yeah.
And it was going to take you about a good 20, 30 minutes or so to clean up all of the trail of Energon that is heading around the engineering bay. Because if you remember, what was happening was that one of the containers was punctured and was leaking, and it kept on cycling around the room as the automated system found that it wasn't full, so it kept on getting pulled back to the where the Energon comes in, and then it was filled, and then it was moved around, and then it leaked again, and then it came back. So it's made this big loop all around the engineering, trailing Energon the entire time.
And if I'm not mistaken, we stopped it from moving, and we stopped the Energon from coming in so it wouldn't continue to fill while we were maintaining the leak.
Well, we stopped it from emptying out of the container. If it was still under full, it might have gotten cycled around again to be refilled.
I think Blue Shift stopped the movement while Sweet Spot
plugged the hole.
Yeah, plugged the hole.
Yeah, I think everything's stopped now. But we have the Energon be gone to use to deactivate all the Energon on the floor. Basically, is what needs to be done now. And that's what Blue Shift stayed to do. Although, now that we're done getting killed, we can go up and help him. Hopefully speed things up.
We should probably do that.
Well, let me do some first aid here first.
Yep. I'm not too badly hurt, so I'm going to head up and help out Blue Shift.
All right.
Okay.
What do you heal, Magnum? Stamina or hit points?
Just hit points. Oh.
Well, good, because I need those.
Yeah. How many of those do you need?
Well, that depends. So, can you do some sort of weird Energon voodoo to restore these lost levels?
Well, I don't know. I could certainly try.
So you get a save at the end of the day to prevent these levels from becoming permanent.
Okay.
It's a DC 16 Fortitude save.
Oh, that's...
And I think you have to... Yeah, I'm pretty certain you have to make a separate save for each level.
Right.
So Rex, you have 1, and Carapace, actually, I want to say you have 3, because you got hit by it twice. Once was a crit.
No, one of them was the crit, and that's what brought me down to the level 2, and the last one was the one that was reflected. Because if I'm at 3, I'm automatically dead, and that was the problem.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because if the number of negative levels that you have equals your character level, you're just dead. Then there's no coming back from that.
Well, since Blue Shift had about 20 to 30 minutes left of cleanup, and I help him, if I'm helping him out, that might be cut in half. You guys are going to be waiting around a little bit anyway. You might as well rest up and get back some stamina points at least.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But it's the like if he's going to be like, so I can have up to 17 hit points restored currently, but I could have as many as 27 if I was healed. And same thing, like my stamina is also lowered by 10. So it's like it's the difference. It's effectively 20. It's a difference of 20. So if it's something that he can fix now, then
let's see how much. If I pump you full of Energon, see what. Well, let me feel fix some of the hit points you have now, so at least you're not like on the verge of death.
Yeah,
and then I'll do some experiments to see if I can get your levels back.
Sure.
So,
experimentation.
What condition is our negative levels considered? Is there an energy drained? I'm not seeing one.
It is energy drain specifically.
All right, Pythagoras is going to whip out some Energons, and he will heal Carapace for 11 points.
Okay, so
let's do a little bit better than that.
Well, so right now I'm at 13 out of a maximum of 17, unless I can get those hit points back. So.
Well, I gave you 66 more.
Okay. So I am at 17.
And then Rex and company.
Blazer needs 7.
So he gets 9.
Thank you.
Any of the other guys?
Grazer needs 1 more hit point, if you want to do it.
He gets 3 points.
Thank you.
Oh, so one thing I'm reading right here, Mike, it says that negative levels are temporary unless the effect that bestows them specifies that they are permanent. If you have a temporary negative level, you can attempt a saving throw each day to remove those negative levels. The DC is the same DC as the effect that caused it. If you have negative levels from multiple sources, you must attempt a separate saving throw to remove the negative levels as they come.
Yeah, there's nothing on the stat that says
they're permanent.
It's permanent.
So what that means is I can keep making saves every day until I succeed. But
yeah,
okay.
If it was negative, if it was permanent, then you would need like restoration.
All right.
So it will eventually go away.
Yeah, just today. Like I am a weakened little kitty right now.
Well, let's see what I can rig up here.
Yep.
Can Pythagoras do some work what's left of this Energon sucker here?
Not a whole lot.
As I'm kind of like slumped over in the corner, I'm like, what the hell was that thing? Like, it reached into me and, like, it didn't hurt me. It pulled something out of me.
It's a sparkeater. Apparently they're real. And, that's what they do. They spark Energon out. And, eventually just remove your spark. Is my spark splattered all over the walls of this elevator? And in which case, can we scrape it off and put it back into me? I'm working on that. Think about it. Your spark's still alive, so it will regenerate completely eventually.
The fact that you're sitting there in the corner actually talking to Magnum means your spark is okay.
Well, I didn't know if it was broken and there were pieces. Like, is it like a liquid and is it like paint? Like, can I pick it up and put it back into the can?
No, not like that, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to do that from a more technical...
If he channels energy into me, would that allow me to make a save now?
I was going to try that.
I don't know. It all depends what Magnum's going to do.
Okay, cool. I will stop talking then.
This is all in Magnum's court.
Dun, dun. Magnum's court. Is that a giant gun turret out there?
I hope so.
Yes, it is.
I was going to be like, we should have used that on it.
Yes. I think if the battle had lasted any longer, we might have gotten a chance to. All right. Well, is there any of the sparks that were in this thing at all active anymore?
Nope. Boom. That's what happened.
Any latent energy? I imagine I could salvage some Energon like I could from anything else. Can I get extra, or...
Yeah, you can salvage some Energon.
I'm going to do a workup on Carapace and see if I can do like sort of a jump start of his depressed spark, because I think it's just sort of being suppressed a bit. So,
sure.
And try to zap him and give him extra saving throw or something like that.
Okay. So you can extract your Energon as normal. from the creature. So go ahead and you can go ahead and do that. And then go ahead and give me a medicine check once you are ready.
4 more Energon. Medicine. All right. Rolling medicine.
Rolling.
Oh boy. 15.
15, huh?
Or can I take 20? Because I have plenty of time while they go up there and work on that thing.
You do, don't you have some? Yeah, you have some time. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You can go ahead and take 20 on this one.
All right, so at 20, that's a 31 medicine check.
And you should be grateful for it, too.
Yes, I am. I certainly am. Feeling like I'm being extorted here.
What'd you get for the roll?
Yeah, it would be a 31.
So you can see kind of little bits and pieces of Carapace's spark kind of still clinging to this creature's like clawed hand. It's like hand and forearm is one of the few like, remaining intact pieces on the body.
The hand being embedded in Carapace protected it from the rest of the explosion.
A little bit. It got jammed inside the force field.
All right, let's try to do some extraction of that and put it back where it belongs.
You think that if you're careful about it, you might be able to get enough kind of spark remnants to maybe help him out just a little bit. And if you're successful, we can do... what do I want to do on this one? Let's do life science on this one.
All right.
And if you are successful, then Carapace can go ahead and make one of his saves early.
That's awesome.
All right. Everybody cross their fingers. So Pythagoras will scrape up bits of Carapace off the hand. And here we go. All right. Life science. 26.
Damn, Pythagoras. Yeah, that's enough. All right. So, Carapace, go ahead and do a fortitude save, DC 16. And if you are successful, you get one of your negative levels removed.
Okay. This might be overkill, but I am doing this with the -2 because I still have the level. Is there anything that he can do as part of his medicine check to boost that?
Nah, I don't think so.
I didn't think so, but I figured I'd ask. Okay, so this is with a +5, and I have to beat a 16.
Yep.
And I rolled a 14, so I have a 20.
Nice.
Sorry, 19, but enough. Whew, okay.
All right. Now, does he get that gap of hit points back?
Were you at max before?
I was at, my hit points had been fully restored.
Okay, then yep, I'm okay
so
with that.
what it does is when you get it back, your current and maximum hit points both go back up 5.
All
just
right.
as like when you go down. So my maximum hit point currently is 22 as opposed to 27. Okay, so 22. And
Not so bad, right?
oh no, not at all. And now my stamina, because I'm resting now, is down to 28. So let me modify that on the chart.
All right. Did anyone else lose a level?
I apparently did.
Yes, I was just going to say.
All right. Can I attempt the same operation on Rex?
Sure, why not?
All right. Life science 24.
That is, it's enough. Same thing for you, Rex. You can go ahead and make a fort save, DC 16, and if you succeed, you will get your negative level removed.
And I have negatives for being under, right? Right now?
Just a -1.
Yeah, so I got a 15, so I failed.
Ooh. Oh, man, it's just one off, too.
You're no longer frightened, though. So you shouldn't have that -2.
Do I have a
Or did
minus
you not?
from the fortitude? Do I have a minus
So,
from the negative level?
You have the minus from the negative level, but you're no longer shaken because the thing that you were afraid of is
Yeah,
dead.
I got a 16 minus 1 is 15, right? So
Okay, so that wasn't
yeah, I wasn't
including
even thinking about shaking.
Okay.
That would have been worse. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, we'll have to work on that some more on you guys. But everyone at full hit points at this point? As best they're
yes.
able?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
How is
I gotta go fix Sweet Spot at some point.
was going to say, how is Blazer?
He's got his hit points.
So I suggest you guys do your rest and use your resolve to get your stamina back if you want.
Yep.
I was actually not resting. I was helping out Blue Shift with the cleanup.
Yeah, that's why I didn't heal you, because you're not here right now. So I guess the last thing I'll do is Pythagoras will do a life science analysis of this critter and take any surviving samples that might be interesting about how it works. You know, because people probably need to know that these things aren't mythical.
Well, I was actually curious, like, if this thing is like a sparkeater, like, could its like matrix like house another spark? Like, you know, does it have the ability to actually contain like other sparks?
Well, it did. So
well, that's what I'm saying.
One of the reasons
I mean,
I'm analyzing it, because I want to know how it does that.
Yeah.
You know.
In its now dead state, like, is that a thing that can be done?
You can analyze it, Pythagoras, but this is going to take you a while to do. You did a life science check on this at the end of last episode, like once you kind of peered your head over the gap into the elevator shaft, but unfortunately you did not get high enough to learn anything useful, aside from the fact that it's a sparkeater.
All right, well, can I take a 20 on the life science to do it on a thorough one? Because this could be very important. If you guys are okay with that, spending a little more time, well, somebody useful goes up and helps.
You already, what I'm saying is you already rolled for it. So you can't roll for it again.
Yeah, so until you have access to, say, something like a data network, like the ability to like hack into the internet, then you can't make the check. It's like, so if I get what you know.
If I get access to other information, I might be able to try it again. All right.
Correct.
All right, well, I will take some samples and do that.
As long as you promise not to bring it back from the dead, I have no problem with you bringing the body along so that you can examine it later.
Well, let's just... I don't want to drag the whole thing around all over the place. Is there much... The body's not much left of it anyway, is there?
It's pieces.
I'll just gather the pieces and keep them here in a pile.
You just take the torso, right?
Hang it.
Put him in your closet?
To the head, hang it on a chain around his neck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, boy!
I can totally see Magnum doing that.
So I'm done. So,
what did you guys find in the other room there when we were fighting?
There was a massive energon leak in there. And Blue Shift stayed. Sweet Spot patched the hole. Blue Shift was cleaning up some of the energon and managed to stop the machinery from pouring. And moving it around, but there's a lot of it up there to prevent the whole place from blowing up. He's basically cleaning it up and deactivating it so it isn't flammable anymore.
Yeah, I definitely need a tire change.
Yeah, all right.
Is there anything else in here? Like, could there be another one of these freaking things?
Could be. I don't know.
Oh, that was...
You haven't seen any indication of a second one,
right.
But...
One mythical creature at a time, I guess.
This guy didn't have a membership card. 1 of 3.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, I guess I'll go back upstairs to help. I'll reconnect and go back upstairs to help out Sweet Spot.
Okay.
I'm going to go check out that gun turret thing and see what that is.
And what is Sweet Spot and Rex and the Herd doing?
Well, as stated before, I was helping to clean up. I'm assuming that's not quite done yet. Or is it?
A few more minutes, and you'll be all done.
Already? That's how I'll be doing.
The Herd will stick with Carapace.
So the two of you then are investigating the bottom level here, and the rest of you are heading upwards, back up to the second floor. Okay?
All right.
All right. So, Carapace and Rex... Or I should say, Rex and friends. Here's what you guys see on the bottom level, now that you have a few minutes here to kind of look around and actually figure out what the hell is going on. So at the bottom of the elevator, the doors open to reveal a small room that serves as the building's exit to the mechanical forest that surrounds the Energon Lake. Standing in the middle of the room is a heavy weapon mounted on a hastily constructed tripod made of scrap metal, pointing towards an open set of doors that leads outside. Next to the door is a sign that says, "Do your part to prevent workplace accidents. Keep the wildlife in the wild." Against the wall stands an open storage locker labeled supplies with various pieces of survival equipment. So go ahead and give me a perception check, both of you.
Whoa. How did I miss the table? That's amazing. Perception is... I got a -1, so I have an 8.
What about you, Rex?
Combined, the herd got a 21.
Damn. Well, it makes perfect sense. You know, Carapace, you just had a near-death experience going on there, you know?
Yeah, that was close.
Carapace, you see a door, a gun, and a locker. That's all you see. Rex, you, as you are looking around, you take a look at the storage locker, and you can tell that there's some stuff inside. There is an Energon Converter, a radiation sweeper, 2 emergency beacons, 3 batteries with 20 charges apiece, and a blasting weapon fusion.
Ooh, blasting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Energon Converter, Radiation Sweeper, 2 emergency beacons, 3 batteries, and a blasting fusion.
Correct.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Named Sweet Spot.
Oh, is that the bird?
No. I think that's the partridge. AKA laser.
Rex, you can also tell that the weapon that is mounted in the middle of the room here is a tactical cathode cannon with 8 charges left on its battery. There is a splattered pool of energon on the floor next to the turret and blast marks against the wall near the open door.
I guess we can figure out what happened here, huh? Is this something that Carapace could take and use? Or is it too big?
No, it's a standard weapon, so yeah, if you want to take a minute to dismount it and take it with you, yeah, absolutely.
Is it a heavy weapon? Long arm?
It is a level 4 heavy weapon.
What damage type?
1d10 electricity.
Oh, electricity.
40-foot range. Capacity is 40 charges, but it takes 4 charges per shot. Unwieldy, wide line.
Oh! Wide line is super cool.
Wide line?
It shoots in a straight line, but it doesn't just hit everything in a 5-foot line. It hits everything in a 10-foot line.
It's a fat laser.
Yes, exactly. It's a hallway clearer.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
I think Carapace might have found his new best friend.
You said it had 8 charges left, so that means there's 2 shots.
Yep.
And we haven't found any of the other 40 charge rounds. Is that correct?
No, the only batteries you found are the 3 20 charge ones in the storage locker.
You can't attach a smaller battery on there.
I'll point out the other stuff I found to Carapace so he knows.
I don't know what a lot of that stuff does, other than the blasting thing, which is pretty cool. You know, it's like you could turn a weapon that doesn't normally have like an area of effect into an area of effect once a day, but it does less damage. Like, you know, it's like...
What's the radiation sweeper? Is it like it literally sweeps for radiation? It's a radiation finder? I mean, or would I know that?
I don't think you would know that.
Feels like a toy that Pythagoras would play with.
Yeah, it does feel a bit more like that.
Another sensor.
Yeah, I'll give the quick description, because as soon as Pythagoras sees it, he'll know what it is. And I'm sure even like Blue Shift and maybe even Sweet Spot would know what it is too. A common sensor is the radiation sweeper, a handheld device capable of detecting radiation within 120 feet. The sweeper emits warning pings in different tones to indicate the presence of low, medium, high, or severe radiation, and displays the areas of radiation on a screen at the top of the device. You must take a move action each round to use the sweeper, and a sweeper cannot detect radiation through 3 feet of dirt or wood, a foot of stone, or an inch of metal, thin sheet of lead, or any force field.
It's handy-ish.
Requires 1 charge on the battery per minute of use. It is specifically from the Armory, page 107.
And the energy converter?
I'm touching this gun.
So is this all the result of someone accidentally leaving the door open?
I was going to say, like, you're like, hey, we could put a gun aimed at the door, or we could just close the door, you know?
Yeah, I know what.
It seems a bit...
Wouldn't be sporting.
Like, can we close the door?
Yeah, let's see if that damn thing will close.
Your Energon Converter allows you to turn battery Energon, like charges from battery, into life-sustaining Energon.
Oh my god.
But at an inefficient rate. As a standard action, you may drain 5 charges from a battery that is not currently loaded onto another item to heal 1d8 hit points.
Oh,
That's
amazing. Awesome.
That's still pretty darn good.
Nothing we do is efficient, so it fits us totally.
1d8 plus 1?
No, just a standard 1d8. Because it has nothing to do with like your ability or anything. It's just it's literally just taking a battery charge and shoving it into someone's body, essentially.
I was going to say, it's like, this changes my relationship to batteries. You're like, oh, this is just like, these are soul housings. Like, I'm shooting life force at people.
Stop shoving batteries up your gun.
That ain't no batter in my tailpipe.
And no, I'm not happy to see you.
That's not your tailpipe.
Wow, this locker was like Christmas in July in Cybertron.
It's good to have a second source of healing.
Yeah, at the rate we're losing characters.
How often can that be used?
As many batteries you have, right?
Like, at will? Because that's insane.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to drain your battery pretty quickly,
right.
But...
I know what I'm buying next.
A big bag of batteries.
All the batteries on the planet.
Hey, sometimes you're going to hit it 1, sometimes you're going to hit an 8, so...
Yeah, no, I mean, I mean, like, Carapace carries 10 batteries with him normally.
Yeah, even if it were like 5 charges to 1 hit point, that's
still
basically, it's still, it's still worth it.
Because one normal battery has 4 uses of that, so a normal battery becoming up to 4d8 hit points is amazing.
And
that's hit points. Great. That's hit points, not stamina?
Correct. Hit points, not stamina.
Almost nothing gives stamina.
Yeah, okay.
And the last thing that the two of you notice in the room is as you are examining the open door, it looks like the control panel for the door was disabled.
Disabled?
Yep.
Inside or outside?
It's on the inside.
But not destroyed.
It looks like it was like popped open and a bunch of stuff was disconnected.
Sabotage.
Yeah, it's like somebody, not me, should probably look at this.
Yeah, I'll get to it. So we have the blast fusion too. It's like the blast fusion.
Yep.
This weapon fires in a cone that extends only to its first range increment. Each attack you make...
That's fair.
With the blast special property, roll 1 attack against each target in the cone, starting with those closest to you. Each attack takes a -2 penalty in addition to other penalties, such as the penalty to all attacks during a full attack. Roll damage only once for all targets. If you roll 1 or more critical hits, roll the extra critical damage only once, and apply it to each creature against which you score a critical hit. You can't avoid shooting allies, nor can you shoot any creature more than once. Attacks with blast weapons ignore concealment.
Yep. So you kind of say, like, where are you shooting? Left. Okay, well, left it is.
It's only once per day, huh?
No, it's that you attach it to your weapon and it gives you that property.
No, it's the blasting fusion allows you to use that ability once per day as a full round action. And it can't be applied to a weapon that already has the automatic or blasting effect. So like my Red Star Conqueror...
Red Star Conqueror.
That was great. I didn't even have to prompt you. That was wonderful. Like, it doesn't have either of those abilities. So, like, I could apply that, but it would be, instead of a 60-foot range, it would be a 30-foot cone, and it would do D10 plus 3 halved, to everybody in that target. So it's like, if we're fighting a whole bunch of mice, then that might be worth it. But like right now, until we get like a slightly bigger gun, it's not going to be really worth it.
Why is it
good
D10
to have
half?
Because the blasting property specifically says the blasting fusion specifically said it.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of divides the effect over an area instead of a single target.
Yeah, it says this attack has the maximum range of 30 feet and deals half the weapon's normal damage.
Really?
Yep. So that's just under blasting weapon fusion.
Okay, so I was looking into the blast property. So the blasting
Correct.
weapon fusion
Yep,
isn't as good as the blast
it's similar.
property.
It's not. Yeah, it's not just as simple as that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, and it's once per day as a full action. So.
Oh, all right. So that is considerably less than adding a property to.
Right. It's not like it's like a once per day. It's a trick to have every so often, but it's not a and all the time.
Alrighty then.
Again, like things like this, like once we start getting into like the level 10 items where you're getting like multiple die of damage, then these things start getting pretty nasty. But like right now, it's like half of a D10. We'll get there.
All right, so back up to the second floor, Sweet Spot and Blue Shift, our speedy team of two.
Zip-zoo.
What are you two doing? We'll say that you've got ahead and cleaned up all of the energon in there, so it's the building is not at risk of blowing up if someone just drops a cigar on the floor.
Or a cigarette.
Magnum.
I haven't had a cigarette for a while. They stole my lighter, remember?
Oh, yeah. All right, so, Blue Shift, what do you think? Is there a way that we can maybe seal off this room to protect it?
I want to check to see if this was a sabotage or if it was an accident.
All right. I will stand guard at the door whilst you go ahead and check that out by computer or physical examination of the evidence.
I was gonna say, Pythagoras, can you use your sabotage detector?
Bing, bing, bing.
Detector. I can get confused as to what I'm detecting here. When I get up there, I will heal Sweet Spot, but I imagine it's going to be a little while before.
Actually, I did not get into the hit point area of my life force.
There's nothing I can do for you.
So I am... Yeah, there's nothing you can do for me.
Well, then I'll go up there uselessly then.
You could hit him into the hit points and then heal him. I saved your life!
And then remind him that he owes you a favor.
That's perfect.
Grease the wheels, baby.
Magnum.
Do you remember
The
that
mob
time?
boss.
Remember that time that I healed you? Yeah, after you beat the shit out of me.
Listen, this is Pythagoras. He could just punt him down a staircase.
Blue Shift, what are you doing?
I want to check to see if we can determine if it was sabotage or if it was an accident.
Go ahead and give me a physical science check, please.
I can do that. Not very well. 13.
You only have to do it well enough.
You can determine that the puncture is not a natural puncture, so it's not like something trying to take a bite out of it. It does look like it was like an impact, like someone actually hit this thing hard enough to cause damage to it.
Okay.
And you can tell that it happened less than 8 hours ago.
Interesting. Okay. So it was most likely done intentional. I will let everybody know that.
We had our suspicions.
Well, now we have confirmation.
It was probably Punctatron.
Bunchtron.
Damn Punctatron.
So hard.
I have a door down here for you guys to fix.
Alright.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
We also found Santa's stash.
What? Santa Claus is here?
Santa-tron. Santa Claus-tron is here.
Tron. It's like in the other game, it's space whatever, and in this, it's Tron whatever.
Yeah, I didn't create Transformers.
No, it's space in here too.
That's true.
Yeah, just
Spantic-tron is here.
have him save me a stocking. Please.
You get nothing but coal.
What's a stocking?
Well, it's when we refill Magnum with all the stuff he sold out of.
Isn't that restocking?
Not if he's completely empty.
I'm getting short on palm malls.
Blue Shift, did you want to do anything else while you're up here?
Sweet Spot, you mentioned closing off the room?
Yeah. Whoever sabotaged this in the first place might still be lurking about. I highly doubt it, but still, it'd be nice to make sure that they don't come back to finish the job.
Sounds good. I'll see what I can do.
All right, but let me get out of the room first.
Of course.
I was going to say, that's a tactic that I typically use. When I set a bomb, I tend to stick around to make sure that it goes off, right?
And for some reason, I had your little voice in my head when he said that it was definitely sabotage.
Although sticking around in this case would be, in this hemisphere, basically, because how big this explosion would be when it went off.
Oh, so I know, that's what I'm saying.
He might have noticed that it didn't go off, but it might take him 2 days to get back here.
It would be stupid to stay here, considering how big this bomb would have been, is what the point I was making.
I can imagine. There's probably some tiny little bot standing on the hill overlooking the station saying, "There was a kaboom supposed to happen. Where was the earth-shattering kaboom?"
Nice.
That triggered like an Elmer Fudd for me for some reason.
I approve of this. All right, Mike, go ahead and give me... actually, you know what? Let me ask you first. Are you going to try and hack the computer to prevent the door from opening, or do you want to physically prevent the door from opening for a while? Pretty much, do you want to do a computers check, or do you want to do an engineering check?
Either one's the same for me. I think probably engineering, because I can get out of the room and then mess with the door. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Sure.
10.
You open up the locking mechanism for it, and you try to seal it off as best you can. You think it'll hold for a little while, but you think that if someone really determined wants to get in, they're probably going to be able to get around it. But it'll stop someone like Carapace from getting in.
Okay. I did my best. The door's locked as best I could.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Let's head on down and see what the others are up to.
All right, sounds good.
You guys on the channel? You guys still picking us up?
Oh yeah, listening to you nerds talk.
I'm not sure what that means, but we're on our way down. And here we are.
But you are fast.
Gravity helps.
Okay, and what do you want to figure out then? What are you trying to do with the outside door?
Just close it. But it's just been deactivated. It's been disabled. So I was curious if they could re-able it.
It was disabled open?
Yes.
It was opened, and then it was the door control was disabled, so it can no longer open or close.
Oh, so it was open in the usual way, or was it forced or blown open?
You can make a computers check to try and determine that.
Ooh, I really don't think I would.
Yeah.
I mean, but the doors aren't off the hinges; they're just open.
Correct.
I'll assist with that.
Computers, correct.
Are you aiding me, or am I aiding you?
I was aiding you, but I did not.
Okay.
Rex just crushed it. I gave you a +4.
Nice.
And there's my roll. 23. 23 just off of me. Did you give me a hand? Did you help out? You didn't help out, did you?
I helped out.
+4 from Rex.
Rex did. He added 4.
4 from Pythagoras.
He added 4. 4 and 4?
Rolled a 20.
See? All right, so we're looking at a 31 here. 31 for computers. I'm not even that good at it.
I suppose that's enough.
It better be. It was good enough last week.
So yeah, pretty much all three of you kind of get, not all three, all four of you get in there, and you're all just kind of poking and prodding at it.
Scratching our chins.
It'd be funny, Carapace just walks over to the other side, hits the close button.
Yeah.
And you pop your finger right in the control there, reattach a wire. bink. And then all of a sudden,
Was it the red wire? It's always the red wire.
No, you're thinking about bombs. For doors, you want to go with the green wire.
This is why I assist.
And yes, the door closes.
I thought all wires were red.
Oh no, I just realized. Carapace is colorblind.
Like a T-Rex, he only sees motion.
He knows the color of fleshly spilled energon.
Red?
I don't know.
So, I always imagine it as an electric blue.
Alright, so you get the door closed, no problems. Where to now?
Well, there's this long hallway up here. Wonder where this goes.
I will follow Sweet Spot.
Get up here and peek around the corner.
I will go with them. Hey, Sweet Spot. I realized I didn't have a eulogy for Carapace either.
Why would you need a eulogy?
Well, I don't know. It's always good to be prepared.
I believe that is true as well. That's why I brought Carapace.
Yes. He was a tough bot. Like a large macadamia nut. Only considerably more dangerous. Matter of fact, I don't know any nuts that are actually that dangerous. I suppose if you swallow one.
Alright, so all of you are heading down the hallway, and you come to a dead end with an elevator. With a ladder heading up to the next floor. So you think this probably connects up to the backside of the level 2.
Shouldn't there be more down here?
Who's the blue bot? And who's the blue circle?
Blue Shift.
Oh, is that what you look like? I don't think I've ever seen a picture of what you look like. That's cool. Sorry, I was like, wait, we had a new bot all of a sudden.
Have you not been listening to the podcast, Pat? Yeah. Mike changes out his character at least once every other episode.
No, true.
Based off of our wandering about on the previous level, did we come across this kind of ladder there that would go down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
So we're pretty sure we know where this goes.
Yeah. If it goes up and we're on the ground floor, well, we've probably been up there. What about the door next to the elevator down there?
That's the other elevator.
I think that was the supply room.
Oh, that was the supply room? So we've been in there?
Right down here?
Yeah.
So I thought this was the other elevator. This was the way out, because that's where the gun was facing. And then this is the supply room. But it could be that this is the way out. It's just the gun wasn't drawn on it correctly. And then this is the supply room. But
no, you were correct the first time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Outside door, supply closet, elevator 2, elevator 1.
So where does this?
And this is the.
Where does this go?
This is also a ladder upwards.
Yeah, that one goes up as well.
So there's nothing going down.
Right. You're at you are currently at the lowest level, the ground floor outside level.
And I think the only reason we came down here is because the fight kind of
I pushed the thing down the elevator shaft and jumped on top of it.
Yeah.
So that's
Awesomely.
that's my fault. Did you say possibly or awesomely?
Awesomely.
Oh yes, I agree.
You could have said possibly because you were almost playing dead.
Possibly. That's good. Hurt.
All right, I made Carapace laugh. My job is done here.
You get to live
And I'm
another
going
day.
So, what are we thinking here, guys? Have this completed the circuit of everywhere that we need to check? I mean,
I'm not
sure we could call this thing secured unless.
Well, we're at the base level, so let's work our way back up.
Because
double over
if
our
I
tracks.
recall last week, there was a guy that was on the ship that we came in on that disappeared and was seen coming over here.
Yeah.
So, like bomb face or something.
Ratchet, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't know. Sounds good.
The couple things that you saw last time was that Laser noticed movement on the dock, and Chief Engineer Rail had disappeared.
Okay.
We don't have very good luck with train-related bots. So, wasn't there a room that where there were some cyber foxes that we just said no?
How we killed everyone.
Anyone we didn't leave? Did we leave any alive?
Turbo
though?
Foxes? I didn't think so.
No, you guys took care of all the turbo foxes you came across.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's head up to the next floor and see what happens.
So from what you guys know, the places you haven't looked into yet or haven't examined is the landing pad on level 2, and you explored all of level 3.
All right, landing pad. Okay.
Yeah, actually that's it. Because you already explored all of the docking platform on 4, along with the bridge, the control bridge, and yeah, the only thing you guys haven't gone to is the landing pad on 2.
Oh, let's check that out.
Up the ladder, folks.
Yeah.
I know the way.
We also there's the other ship too.
Yeah, but we wanted to make sure that the base was clear before we moved onto that.
Yeah. All right.
Was that an Indiana Jones reference, Adam?
Yeah, sure.
I know the way.
Why not?
Ah!
All I hear when Adam speaks is "caca."
All right, all of you should be on level 2.
Did we check out this door down here? Is that where the docking stuff is?
It's gonna be.
It's the only door you have not looked at yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be.
You guys are heading down the hallway, heading towards the last door on level 2. Who is in the lead?
I tend to take point, so even though I'm a little weak, I'm still probably stronger than most of you guys.
Yeah, that's
Do you
probably
feel
a good
safe?
idea.
Do you feel safe doing that?
Well, I mean, I'm too dumb to know otherwise.
I'll check out the door. Anything written on it?
Yeah, landing pad.
I think this might be the landing pad, guys, but I'm not sure. Open the door.
Go ahead and give me a computer check.
Right. 22.
22, you crushed it. You go ahead and pop the key card in there, and boop, 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 and the door opens. And what you see is a large landing pad. Give me a perception check for whomever enters the room.
Is that an Imperial ship?
Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest lie in that whole movie.
I see what you're looking at there.
Doesn't it look like it?
Yeah.
Like when it's all folded up?
I'm betting it is.
Yeah.
The Imperial shuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, great. We have to worry about the Emperor running around.
Carapace's perception is a 13.
Magnum's is 20.
Don't worry about that. That happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Blue shift is 11.
Okay.
This was perception, you said?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That would be a 16.
And Rex, you guys rolling?
I heard good 21.
21. All right. All of you notice everything that you need to know about this room. Every single thing. With the exception of that one body right there.
He was a boring guy anyway.
So yeah, you guys get into the room, and there are 2 shuttles in the bay. The actual docking doors on the far southern side are currently closed. There is a large shuttle in front of you, and off in the distance in the corner there is a smaller shuttle. In front of the larger of the 2 shuttles is a body.
Is there a door big enough for that shuttle to leave the room?
Yeah, I was just about to switch into a Gilbert Gottfried voice mode and say,
how in the hell does that get out that door? I mean, just if you ripped off the wings, you still couldn't fit it through the door. Not even if you dismantled it in pieces would that fit through the door.
Hey, maybe Carapace should go ask it if it's alive.
oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Is a really good question.
Do you want to?
Are you talking about the corpse or the ship?
The ship, you fool. Actually, ask the corpse, too.
Alex,
Can never be too sure.
check the corpse.
Medicine check.
31 for medicine check.
Her mouth has been torn open and her brain module extracted. There is a hole in her torso leading into an empty spark chamber. It looks like it was forcibly removed and pulled out, and there are various scratches and cuts along her shoulder.
Like sparkeater?
Yeah, this is Sparkeater's signature stuff.
Things got a little too freaky.
Yeah.
Blue Shift, do you recognize who this is?
Do I?
You do. It is Aquashell, one of the station's workers.
Yes, I do.
Don't sound so happy about it, dude.
She wouldn't go out with you, would she?
She got what she deserved.
Cold, man, cold. Alright, I'll do life science on the ship to see if it's living.
Go for it.
11.
You have no idea.
Hello?
Ooh, Carapace has a 16.
Ooh.
Carapace is caressing its tailpipe.
I know, right?
Carapace, you are fairly confident it is just a shuttle.
Okay.
Hello, shuttle. How are you doing? It's a quiet type, huh?
You're looking good. You're looking good, shuttle. Real good.
I'm going to start heading south towards the door, just to make sure there isn't anything else in the room.
Pythagoras, Magnum, you speak to the shuttle and it's ignoring you.
That's alright, I'm a good talker. I bet you've seen some stuff here, haven't you? Is a friend of yours on the ground? Yeah, I know. Silent type, yeah.
Carapace, as you move into the room, you do see something a little strange. In the center of the platform is a small impact crater with short gouge marks leading away from the center towards the body, almost like a trail.
Is there like a hole in the ceiling? Like, did this thing drop through the ceiling, land where it is, and then attack whoever it was?
You would think that, actually, but there's nothing in the ceiling that indicates it was dropped down from the ceiling itself.
Is there are there girders above? Like, could it have just been stalking up above and then drop down, as opposed to breaking through a hole?
No, there is. As you're examining the ceiling, there is nothing up there that indicates it was able to drop down from the ceiling or the catwalks or anything up there. There's nothing to hold on to. There's no holes. It's very, very suspicious.
Huh.
So the impact crater is right about here?
Right about there, or so, yeah.
And the drag marks go toward the body here?
So, about here, right in the middle of the room for the impact crater. And it's not so much a drag mark, but they're like gouges, kind of spaced, as it heads towards where the body is.
I'm thinking maybe whatever it was came from the door, if the door was open at the time.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Does the crater punch all the way through the floor, or
No.
or just leave a dent in the floor?
A dent.
I have a 20 survival.
Well, I'm going to help you out with that.
Can you?
I am modifying my dice roll.
The herd gives you a +6 total.
Okay, so that is a 19 for my roll, so I help you out with 2, almost with 4.
Rex, did you just give him a +6?
Yeah, total. We rolled well.
A whole lot of surviving going on over there.
What's your total there, Pat?
So if that's with a +8, then that's a 28.
You can tell that the gouge marks is essentially footsteps. Something landed wherever the impact is, and ran towards the body here. Or you would imagine that Aquashell was alive when this thing was running towards her.
Oh boy.
Jeez, what makes that kind of impact? It makes footprints in metal.
Well, you examined what was left of the body. Can you determine that that's what it was that made this impact crater? For sure? We know that's probably what killed her.
Actually, with that survival, I will roll it over that, Carapace, you think that the sparkeater likely was the one who caused the impact crater and the running footsteps.
Okay. I was wondering, because definitely sparkeater type death. But I didn't know it could do that sort of thing.
The shuttle bay doors are closed?
They are currently closed.
Alright, let's keep them that way.
Don't open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Should we search the shuttles and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Magnum will transform into a sensor bay and do a more thorough scan of the room for Energon, that sort of thing. Anybody give me the radiation sweeper?
Yep.
Alright, just infrared, radiation, Energon, motion, vision, audio.
And you're scanning all around the bay here, you said?
Yep.
Looks 100% clear. You are getting no extraneous readings aside from you guys. It doesn't look like there's any other motion or any other things in here.
Actually,
At least nothing that would
just got
be
freaked out by
detectable.
motion because Sweet Spot's moving his icon around the bottom. I just saw it moving in the corner of the screen like, what's that?
The floor on the landing pad here feels a little bit weird on my tires. Oh wait, that's because one of them's all tore up. Never mind.
Okay, who's going in the shuttles to examine them?
I'll check out the little one. At least that one knows how to have a conversation.
Magnum's going in.
I'm gonna stay in the middle of the room and just have my guns ready on the off chance that something comes in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing as well.
Okay.
I'm similar down here in the corner here. I'll cover Magnum, I guess.
All right. Rex, give me your perception check first.
11.
You can't tell too much, but you can easily tell a couple of things. One, the access door for the shuttle is open. This looks like a kind of like a larger transport shuttle, where you think that everyone who is stationed here at Oaks could probably fit inside, and it's probably an evacuation shuttle of some kind. So if everyone needed to get out, everyone could get on this shuttle and get out pretty well. You also think it probably doubles just for like general transportation for the station, just in case someone does need to make a trip somewhere else. With the door open, you kind of walk in, take a look around. It looks like Aqua Shell was interrupted kind of in the middle of doing just general maintenance and repairs to the ship. And yeah, so she probably heard a noise kind of outside, came out of the ship, left her repair tools here, and then got killed.
So less likely looking that she was trying to prep the ship in the middle of prepping the ship, or just unexpected. So she wasn't trying to escape.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she was trying to like prep the ship for flight or anything. But otherwise, like as you walk through the ship, it's fairly small. I mean, it has, like I said, enough space for about 8 to 10 bots or so, and yeah, looks fairly clean. Nothing looks amiss or out of the ordinary. I can't imagine you know a whole lot about shuttles, but yeah, everything looks okay. You don't see anything unusual.
Okay.
Do you have engineering or piloting?
No, it doesn't look it.
No? Okay. Alright, so cool.
Hey, maybe these guys don't need the shuttle anymore, do they?
You saying it's our shuttle now? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well. Possessions recorded.
I just pressed the start button. Let's go. I think that was a start button. It might have been a missile launcher.
Well, the good news is we now have a way out of Shuttle Bay.
Magnum, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Perception.
You got a 26.
26. Very nice, very nice. This, unlike the other one, is a very small shuttle, and it is a 2-seater. There is barely enough room for anything else in there, except for maybe a tiny bit of like material storage, stuff like that. Just like a couple of basic supplies. But in the end, it is a very small shuttle. The door, the back door to the shuttle is open, and it looks like it looks like it was landed that way and it hadn't been closed. You can see a couple of very light kind of like scratch marks towards the back of the shuttle, like towards like actually on the bottom where the door is, and you can see similar gouges kind of on the right side. of the shuttle door. And as you can take a closer look, you can see what looks like places for like a manacle, like some sort of like way of like securing a chain to the like near the back of the shuttle there.
You mean like a bike chain?
Like a chain to, yeah, a little bit like a bike chain, kind of like a chain to like hold something in place.
Like a person, like
yeah.
Prisoner transport.
More like that, yeah. Give me. Do you have engineering? Do you have piloting?
No. Let's find out.
I have a little bit of piloting. If you need me to check something.
I have a little bit, but you might want to get Carapace in here. You can try it though.
Engineering or piloting?
Oh, you can choose engineering. All right, 14 for engineering.
It's a typical ship. Nothing unusual about it.
I have a 23 piloting.
23 on piloting, okay. So you're going to go over to the ship, you examine it. You can also give me a survival check, since you're going in there.
Okay. That is an 18.
18. Okay. So yeah, you can actually tell quite a bit on this. You can definitely tell that the chains on the sides of the ship were certainly holding something in place, and with the kind of gouge marks on the floor and on the sides of the walls near where the chains are, you would think that the sparkeater was likely chained up in the back of this shuttle.
Who would be dumb enough to chain one of these things up?
Bring it in here.
And as you continue to examine the shuttle, you notice that you notice two things about it. One, the drive system has actually been disabled, and it was disabled very recently, like within the last couple of hours. And the last thing you notice is its identification marker. It belongs to the Kaon Star. And we'll see you next time.
This is Circuit reporting for the Iacon newsfeed with breaking news on this day, 6th Cycle 04. Empire of Rust was created, written, and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Carapace is played by Patrick Finn. Wildstrike the Decepticon is played by Mike M. Rex, Blazer, Grazer, and Laser are played by Rob Muller. Pythagoras and Magnum are played by Matthew G., and Adame Chu plays Sweet Spot, junior representative of Velocitron. Stay up to the nanosecond on all the latest news on Cybertron and beyond by tuning into the Transmissions Network. Please support our show by going to transmissionspodcast.com/rust. Until next time, Cybertron, this is Circuit signing off.